Hello there, this is Joseph from Joe's Transformer Toy Reviews. Right here I have a Titan Returns 2016 Wave 1 Deluxe figure, Hardhead and Furos. Furos is the name of the headmaster character that connects to the body. The character as a whole, or the body, depending on how you want to define it, is known as Hardhead. Hardhead is from the Generation 1 series. Furos, I don't believe, is the name of the figure, that the headmaster for that one, though. This character retails for $15 to $20 depending on the retailer. So let's get started here. This figure, as you can see, is mostly green as a primary color with a lot of gray details, painted and solid plastic gray. Black on the arms and shins, and this plastic see-through reddish color for the cockpit. This figure comes with a gun, which is a rifle style, and also his shoulder cannon, which is a primary feature of this figure. This cannon is quite large, can be deployed either back or over the shoulder, and has a seating placement for a headmaster character. And also has a port on the top to place his own gun. That way, when he is not having his gun deployed, he has a place to put it. In addition, minor colors of yellow and red on the waist are also present. As a notice, warning, or however you may wish it to be called, some of the headmasters have issues where the figure does not lock in very well on the straight backward standard facing mode. I find on this character the head looking sideways either way makes the fit a lot more reliable, but not too snug to remove. A nice balance. The gun deployed does interfere with the head, so be warned of that. Also, the gun does, again, remove the head if you're not careful. The gun can also be removed and be used as a handheld gun, as it has a 5mm port at the bottom. For him holding his own shoulder cannon, it is a little bit big for him. It's a little bit difficult for him to hold, facing straight forward. So I do not recommend that, but it is an option, or it can be borrowed by another figure. His shoulders go up and down. His head rotates, of course. The cannon deploys and undeploys. The elbows move up and down, and also have a second hinge for transformation, but can also be used in other ways. The wrist rotates. The waist does not move, as there's no space to move the waist, and also the transformation makes it impossible. The thighs rotate, the legs move on universal ball joints, the knees move, and the toes move slightly for transformation purposes. Now we're going to transform him. To do that, well, first let's have him put his gun away. Move the rifle, place it in the port, and you have a place that puts it away out of sight. Now, as for transformation, remove the headmaster. He will come into play later, like always. Does not have a lot of details himself. It's gray, green, a little bit of yellow on the head. Again, if you have any of these headmasters, the head is a choking hazard for young children, and also easily lost. But 5-year-olds should be fine. First, we're going to rotate the wrist, or the hands, in by the wrist. Then we bend the elbows in both hinges to lock the treads in. Then we rotate the back up. Connects it through there. So the green parts all line up to one long chassis. These are the treads for the front. There is a locking mechanism, or a slot right there, and a pin right there. The pin is also the hinge pin. So that's where we pin in. And we pull it apart right there as the green plastic against the gray. It tells you where to bend it, bring it all the way back. These pins right there, or these tabs, tab right into the thighs to rotate it properly. Move the toes in, and you undo, slide open the legs, the treads. Snap it in there. And here, the final piece is a little bit difficult getting these the front ones to hinge in, but it's really not a problem. It doesn't really matter that much. Yes, right here, do not forget the waist flaps or flips back. Just go on there, flip it back. Otherwise, it will not roll on the ground. And there we go. You have the cockpit open up, and we have the pilot headmaster. Will join in to pilot himself. This is a mobile artillery cannon with tank treads. It is a very interesting vehicle. Again, the cannon being removed does give it a really nice off-centered look for a tank-like, or a I guess it's more of a vehicle used to pull artillery pieces, but it is a very fine vehicle altogether. I do not like the gun store on top of it. It looks a little weird to me. I also like to use these pins that are designed for the headmaster to connect to. I like to hinge it into a tiny little slot right there. So it looks like that. I like the profile a little bit better, honestly. So on the other side you have the treads having two wheels in the back to allow it to roll, and this interesting little wheel. It's like a log wheel with individual little wheels. I think it's to give it a little blade or corkscrew-like look. I'm not entirely certain. It is a nice little way of wheeling it because it does wheel around fine. It does maintain most of the color, gray, green, and black, as well as the orange cockpit. That is the figure. It is very, I would definitely recommend this for a collector or for children to play, for a toy to play with. Is not a recognizable vehicle besides military hardware, and if that is something that is a problem, then of course you would want to consider not purchasing for a child if you're worried about military style vehicles. Otherwise, a very nice design. Debatable if it is better than the blur figure that I previously recorded a review of. So that concludes my review. It is recommended for collectors or for children of around the ages of 4 or 5. Definitely a fun toy to play with. Please answer in the comments any questions, or if you have any comments. Thank you very much. This is Joseph, signing off.